Good evening. My name is Carlos. I work for an organization based nationally that is called Migrant Help. We have been working over 35 years helping in different projects, migrants in different projects. Currently, the biggest project that we have is the asylum support project. We have about 12 offices across the country, but the main office is in Dover. We deal with asylum seekers and refugees and all the support that these people get and access to services. We have been based in Liverpool only for about 5 years when Migrant Help took the control over from Refugee Action. I have personally worked in this project for about 20 years now on asylum seekers and refugees. From last year, we got this EU Settlement Scheme project. The EU Settlement Scheme project is designed to guarantee EU citizens and their non-EU family members. That is important because it's not only the EU citizens, also the family members who are not themselves EU, to in some way adjust the legal status from EU law into British law. This is how it has been designed. It has some difficulties, inconvenience, and it has especially difficult try to reach people. Sometimes because people already had some status that was called permanent status, permanent card. People who had been here for 20 years for whatever reason, they applied, they got something that is called permanent card, but they are no longer valid. So we have all these sort of cases. I'm going to speak about that regarding your questions in a moment. We also, in Migrant Help, have another project also related with trafficking. We are all the 8 frontline agencies that receive cases. For instance, when I work with asylum seekers or people like that, normally they are victims both. Sometimes, from the asylum process, that is very specific, but they are also victims of trafficking. We work together with all the agencies that the Home Office has linked in order to deal with issues like trafficking as well. Coming back to the European project that I have been working on, has been designed for people to have easy access because there are different systems. The Home Office this time designed applications, some apps that anyone can download from the telephone. It's very simple to use, generally speaking. You should be able to do 3 things, basically. Identify who you are. Second, find out if, according with the Home Office, you are a good character, basically. You can continue live in the United Kingdom. And check that you have been living here at the time that you say that you have been living. It does show some complication for people. Let's say that you have been living here 20, 30 years. You have never been worried about that because either you work or don't work, but you never had to do any records. Some people are already retired, and I am asking documents from 10, 12 years ago. Very, very difficult cases. But this is what we do every day. Other difficult cases are for people who have actually not been working. I work a lot with Romanian families, Roma families, and women tend to stay with children more often than in other countries. Try to prove that they have been here for all these times when they sometimes do not appear, they don't have their own bank accounts, they do not appear in the rental agreements. All these things could happen, and there are some difficult cases. We have to try to focus in people who are in some way vulnerable, but we are now helping to everyone. At the moment, we have been already working in the project since June, so we are about to complete, and we are running until the 1st of April confirmed. The Home Office has not extended the project at the moment. They say last meeting, we are still studying. We are waiting for some, how everyone who works in the charity sector knows. We are waiting for the signatures of minister, all these things that normally you need to wait for it. But at the moment, we are helping until the 1st of April. So far, we have seen a huge amount of clients. As I said before, we have focused more in countries like Romania, Roma people, or people who has a particular vulnerability. But now, in what is left of the project, we are willing to help everyone. We hold 11 clinics across Merseyside in different places. Lodge Lane, Kensington, Southport, Bootle, and other places.
Did you say clinics then?
Clinics, yes, in which people can come. Normally, people don't need appointments because the work doesn't allow them to. Some people are working shifts, so some days say, "Oh, there is no shift today, I can't go." So we don't normally request appointments. If you go to the website, the Home Office Hub, which organization can be contacted, and our organization is there. Okay. So far, do you have any questions?
What's the position with passports? Because I was looking at an old passport of mine, and it had me and my wife on the same passports. And with Windrush, for example, people's children were brought in on a passport of the parents.
Yeah.
So that's how you get lost in the system.
Yeah. The documents that people have to use for the application are either the passport or the national identity card. Obviously, they have to be valid for the time, because the information that the Home Office holds is going to be attached to these documents. It means that if you change the passport, you lost your passport, you need to contact again the Home Office, and the Home Office will keep it. The procedure is basically simple. As I said before, it's an app. The telephones are equipped to read the chip of the passport of most identity cards. So all the information that will go there. We'll do some simple questions about if you have national insurance number, normally if you have been living or working, or DWP hold all your information, so it's nearly automatic, so it will give you the status. The status that people are going to receive are two different ones. You can get pre-settled status if you have been less than 5 years, unsettled status that will equivalent to indefinite leave to remain for people who have been 5 years. Regarding your question, it has been a lot of difficulty for some people, especially children born in the United Kingdom that had never been in country, but their parents are from, and they have never bothered to get a passport for this child. So in many cases, we have helped the clients try to get the documents. The consulates are aware of the plans. All the consulates are aware. So they are issuing quicker than they used to do in the past. But still, we have appointments that are going to be for April, May. As I said before, for vulnerable people, so it's a bit tricky. I have families with 6 children. Try to imagine the cost of each passport is going to be £130, something like that, depending, each country is difficult. But try to imagine 6 for 630 plus 2 is nearly £1,000, that for vulnerable people are really difficult. Sometimes we try to find charities that are helping, some of them are, but still struggle with some people. But it is a very important question about the passport.
So how much is traceable with the national insurance number?
Everything is traceable because, as I said before, the application connects itself immediately with DWP. Doesn't mean that is. So what happens is, normally I will do the application that will take only about 10 minutes, probably less. So you put the national insurance number, but if the information that DWP return, and it's a matter of seconds, doesn't confirm what you say. I have a client, 35 years, national Belgium, 35 years in the UK, but the last 5 years he had a professional injury and couldn't. So because the last 5 years he hasn't been here, according with the system, even though he has been, then they asked me for additional information, bank statements, council tax bills, things that prove that the person has been living here. This application changes slightly the law because in the past, you need to prove that you were working, studying, or independent means. Now, this is only try to prove that you actually have been living. So bank account will be an evidence that you have been living here.
What's going to happen after the 1st of April? Does your funding
Right.
stop?
I'm sorry, can we leave this and we can ask some more questions at the end? Because otherwise our other speakers aren't going to have time.
Okay?
Right?
Yeah.